Well, what's up, my head of householders? I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Look, brothers, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you and your wife had a disagreement and it ended with understanding instead of tension? You see, there is this silent killer in marriage. It is not money, it's not infidelity, it's poor communication. And today I want to share with you three ways or three steps that you can use to fix communication in your marriage without turning every conversation into a fight. The first one will be pause before you react. The second one, listen to understand, not to win. And the third one will be speak with calm, clear intent. In other words, when it's your time to speak, slow down. Slow down so that they can understand what you're saying. So I want to start with the first one, pause before you react. You see, when a tense conversation starts, your first job is to pause. Just pause, relax, chill, take a chill pill, like they said. Don't rush to defend yourself. Don't rush to prove a point. Instead, take a breath. For some people, they might think that these are just childish action that you're taking. Take a breath. To me, it helps because it gives you a chance to really digest what has been said. Take a breath so that you can respond in the right way. Ask yourself, is what I am about to say going to bring us closer or drive us apart? That's a powerful question because you see, words, like they said, words, it cuts like a knife. When your words goes out, it will not come back to you void. It, it's either going to bring some kind of calmness or it's going to escalate some things. So you got to pause and ask yourself, is what I'm about to say, is it going to bring us to closer or it is going to divide us? Because there's so many times that we rush to say things because we did not listen and misunderstand what was being said. And next thing, when we already said what we had to say, we find out that's not what was said in the beginning. And guess what? You regret what you said. So the first thing to do, and this thing it sounds so simple, but yet it is so powerful. Pause before you react because you can say something that can be so hurtful. And next thing you know, you regret what you said. Number two, listen to understand, not to win. When your wife speaks, don't just wait for your turn to speak. Oh my goodness, how many times we have done that? I can't wait for her to finish saying what she's saying so that I can jump in and say what I got to say because there's something burning inside of me. I got to let it out. You didn't take your time, you didn't relax, you didn't breathe, you didn't pay attention to what's being said because you're so anxious to get this out. And guess what? When you let it out, it hurts so bad. And guess what? It began to drive the relationship. It began to drive you, the both of you, apart. And the thing is with this, sometimes you can't take back what you said because it's already out there. You didn't take time to listen. It's already out there. Sometimes it's about a friend, not about them. And sometimes you don't even get the whole story as yet, and you start responding. I've done it in the past. Did not wait until they finish to get the end of what they were saying, the end of the sentence. That would have make a big difference. And here I am, start speaking, bam, 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 and come to find out that's not what it is. This silent killer, miscommunication, has already torn so many relationships apart. If you really want a blissful and happy marriage, these things that you think is so simple, it can save your marriage. It can take your marriage to the next level if you just take time to pause before you react. If you take time to listen, listen to understand, not to win. You listen, you wait until they finish, and as soon as they finish, bah, 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 you start throwing it out. Guess what? It cuts like a knife. You said something that you wish you did not say. Yes, it will heal, but guess what? Just like a cut, it will heal. But when you look, guess what? The scar is still there. And every time you pick your hand up, you look at the scar. And what the scars do, it reminds you of what happened. And now you have to work on that again. You have to work on controlling that emotion. You have to work on that when that could have been neutralized if you just listen to understand. And you get the whole meat of the story. And guess what? Now you can respond. Number three, speak with calm and clear intent. When it's your turn to speak, slow down, slow it down so that they can understand what you're saying. Give or do unto others as you would like them to do to you. You want them to listen? Now you got to listen. Slow down so that they can listen, they can hear what you're saying, and then they can respond in the right way. Say what you mean. Say what you mean without blaming, shaming, or bring up the past. And that's one of the big ones. Bringing up the past can also dig up a whole lot of mess that can really break a marriage or push the marriage apart. Like I said, the scar, yes, it will heal, but the scar can be there still. And every time you look around, every time you raise your hand up to look at your watch or whatever, you're going to see the scar and you will remember something. Point number three, when it's your turn to speak, slow it down. In other words, speak with calm. Speak with calmness and clear intent. Say what you mean without blaming, without shaming, and without bringing up the past. Just say what you mean. Instead of saying something like, you always nag me about work, say something like, I'm feeling overwhelmed by work and I want us to figure this out together. Say what you mean. Clear intent. When you can communicate clear intent, now that person can, they know what you need, they know what you want, they are understanding the problem, and then we can work together on this problem. But when you're not saying what you mean and you're always bringing up the past, I'm blaming, well, it's because of you, it's because of this. If I didn't do this, if I wasn't doing that, you always blame me. When you're bringing up the past, guess what? You're starting all over again. You're starting all over again. And now the trust has been broken. Now the disconnection is taking place because it's like, I can't trust you to let this go. Yes, I've made a mistake in the past, but you keep bringing it back up. You keep blaming me. You keep shaming me with this. I can't trust you. You were supposed to be my best friend. You were supposed to be the shoulder that I can lean on. You were supposed to be the one that I can sit down and talk to. I can let some things out where you can listen and help me in this area that I'm struggling with. But no, you continue to bring the past up, you continue to blame, and now the relationship now begin to drift apart because it's like there is no closeness because there is no trust. They trust you to listen and to hear and to see and to support. And at that moment, they want you to let it go. Yes, I've made a mistake. Can we let it go? And can we move on from here? But if you cannot let it go and you keep bringing it back up, you keep blaming them for this. And matter of fact, when you keep blaming them for things that happen in your life, guess what happened? They begin to see you as someone who is weak, someone who cannot handle the situation, someone that they cannot depend on to be there, to step forward, to be the head of household, to step up. It's like if the doorbell ring in the middle of the night, are you going to send your wife to answer the door or are you going to go there yourself as a head of household? But if you keep shaming them, keep bringing these things up, it's like, I can't trust you. There's no trust here. So communication is one of the most important things in a relationship. And I find that out because I thought, yes, they teach us how to speak as a child. We get older and we communicate, we pass the test and we graduate from school. And we think, well, hey, we grow now. You can't tell us what to do. I can speak, I can do whatever I want. But come to find out in something as important as a marriage, I, c- I begin to find out that I couldn't communicate. I couldn't communicate. I couldn't receive constructive correction. I couldn't wait for the other one to finish speaking before I start blabbing out. I bring up the past. I'm not ashamed to say that. I brought up the past, but I'm so grateful for transformation because you see, when your mind begin to renew, when you begin to transform, you begin to see the person who you are. You begin to see yourself. You begin to evaluate yourself. You begin to evaluate your life and the places that you need to work on. You begin to work on it because you understand how important your marriage is to you. You begin to understand how important your wife is to you. So you're not going to blame them. You're not going to bring up the past. You're going to be there as a support that they can have that shoulder to cry on, shoulder to lean on. They can lean on you. They can depend on you, not to shame them out there. There is so many marriages where husband and wife are competing against one another. For what? I don't know. It to me, it's like the two never became one because when the two become one, there's no competition. What is mine is yours, what's yours is mine. It is no life, one love, one peace, one faith, one spirit, oneness. It's all oneness. But when you begin to compete against each other, it shows that the two has never become one. And this silent killer, which is communication, that cause every conversation to end with a fight, a disagreement where things has been said that is so hurtful, it can destroy your relationship. So if you are serious about really building a strong marriage, start with renewing your mind. Start with changing the way you see things, and it start with a renewed mind. A renewed mind will not just change your life, it will change your lifestyle, it will change the way you live. It will change the way you see yourself as a husband, not just a man in the house, but you see yourself as someone to support, a provider, a protector. You see yourself as the complete man that you were designed to be. Not one who is blaming and shaming and pulling down and bringing up the past, but one who is ready to have a conversation that ended with clear communication. Again, this is Nelson Robinson. Don't forget this. Go to our YouTube channel at Nelson Robinson Senior HOH and check out all the videos that we are there that we put out there. We are here to help you to evolve into that man, that husband, to be the best version of yourself so that you can be the best husband, the best father to your family, the best communicator in your family. You can be the best of what you are so desire to be. Everyone can achieve that in life. And we are not encouraging you to be the best to win argument, to be the best to talk about you, the man of the house, and everybody got to listen to you and what you say goes. No, we are helping you to evolve so that you can love your wife and your family even more better. The closeness, the more you work on yourself, the closer you guys come together and create this bond where this family is not broken and become a statistic. And now here you are. One, you on one side, wife is on one side, kids on the other side. We are here to build stronger marriage. I believe that is still attainable today. It doesn't matter what the world says. It's what the Creator says about you. What do you believe about yourself? It's all start on the inside. As you think on the inside, so are you. So these three steps. Number one, pause before you react. Number two, listen to understand, not to win. And number three, speak with calm and clear intent. Say what you mean. Say what you mean. And say it without blaming and shaming and bringing up the past. This is Nelson. Love you guys. Until next time, don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe and to invite other men to this channel so that we can help to grow together. We help each other, iron sharpen iron, so that the family will stay together and our children will also grow up to be the leader that they were supposed to be, that God created them to be. Love you guys. Until next time, peace, and we out.